Okay, so what I want to do here is just show you the setup for what I would call the summer setup for the Injinji liner and sock setup. So what you get is they do a super lightweight liner. So this is kind of base, this is kind of your base layer if you're used to wearing tops in a similar setup when you're outdoors. So this is super lightweight and would be the first layer that goes against your skin, against your feet. I've actually got both layers on here on my left foot to show you. This is incredibly thin. It almost feels like you're not wearing a pair of socks. And the idea is that what that's doing is giving you some moisture management, some wicking, and some movement and abrasion resistance, but without adding too much bulk and without adding too much kind of warmth, which is one of the things you kind of don't want in the summer. I would actually say, and I have done this on very long runs, if you're on a very long trail run in the summer and the humidity's high and the temperature's high and everything's just as bad as it can be, you can get away with just this sock. Because you're helping to keep your feet cool as well, which is really important. So that's something to bear in mind. That's your kind of first setup, is to just wear the liner in the absolute hottest, worst, most humid, horrible conditions. And then what you can do is then use that liner underneath and add, in this case I've got one of their mid-weight performance trail socks on top. So this is one of their synthetic socks. It's not too thick, but it's not too thin. So you've got that comfort level now where you've got two sets that mean you've got two sets of layers that move independently, so you're not getting as much rubbing on your feet. You've got nice amount of cushioning now, but you can see that what they've done with the performance trail with the mid-weight sort of outer liner is that it's slightly bigger or slightly less tight fitting, so the two of them fit together really nicely. So I'm hoping that makes some kind of sense. So what I'm showing you here now on my left hand side is kind of the thickest setup you'd get away with in summer or warmer months, where again you might want quite a lot of cushioning, quite a lot of abrasion resistance. So with this you've got your best setup for abrasion resistance, but obviously you are now wearing two layers on your feet, so your feet are going to be a little bit warmer than maybe just wearing one pair of socks. But if you're a blistery type person, this is your best setup to avoid blisters, whether you're out running or whether you're out hiking. And then your third setup is to just not wear the liner and just wear the outer, which is a perfectly good sock in its own right. You can see it fits perfectly well. So that's your kind of mid option in between. And obviously if you're out on the trails all day, or you're a long distance hiker or runner, if you're bringing both pairs of socks with you, you can adapt during the day between one pair, two pairs, leave one pair dangling off your pack to just cool down and evaporate away some moisture and dry off, which is also a really nice setup. So this is what I would call the summer setup for the Injinji sock and liner. And so I thought this would be useful to just do this all in one video so you can see what there is. So there you go. If you like what you see on my video, please like and subscribe. It makes an enormous difference to what I do. And also I'll leave a description to a written more in-depth blog with the lowest online prices. I'll leave that in the description below. But there you go. There's a quick look at what I would call a summer setup for the Injinji liner and sock.